Central Illinois is the CI in CI Living.
Well, as you can see, orchids are one unique flower to grow. Not only beautiful, but fragrant as well.
Ooh, and I thought that was just you, Tim.
Well, I'm not going to keep that all to myself.
Here with the dirt on growing orchids from the Central Illinois Orchid Society, we have Joanne Miller, who is the Orchid Show Chairman, joining us. So I'm going to guess you are the expert, especially when I'm looking around at all of these beautiful orchids that you have brought. What is it about orchids that you love so much?
Oh, there's so many things to learn about them. It keeps you busy all the time, and I love to look up things on the internet and in books and read about them. There's so many different kinds. There's like 20,000 different varieties.
Oh my.
And they are always making a new plant, breeding one with the other, and that makes something new, and so there's always new things to learn. And they just make me happy, I guess.
What is it? I've heard they can be much more difficult or picky, I guess, compared to some flowers. What is it that makes them unique, and why is it so difficult to get them to grow?
I think you have to have your one room or an area that's more like tropical, because that's what they like. They grow in the rainforests and the Caribbean and islands and such. And so you have to have a little breeze on them. You have to have plenty of light. You have to have a little humidity. You know, if you had a house that you'd get an electric shock in, that's too dry. They don't like that at all.
Interesting. They wouldn't survive at my house then.
Well, they'd be great at my parents, though, because they keep it like 80 all year long. It's the most miserable existence ever. So do you have a place like that in your house, or do you have a greenhouse? How is it set up for you?
Yeah, I just have a little room that used to be a bedroom, and I've got shelves all the way around it now. And I keep the plants on trays with humidity, or with water and little pebbles, so that gives them humidity. Got a couple fans going. We have ceiling fans in our house, and I do use artificial lights, but my Phalaenopsis can be in the front window, so you can do either one. The Phalaenopsis, where is it? Oh, this
You're
is
asking
one.
the wrong person, Joanne.
This is one, and it grows pretty easily on your windowsill, but the rest of them you need artificial lighting.
When do they bloom? Do they bloom all year?
Different varieties do. They bloom once a year, usually. Some do twice a year, but different varieties bloom at different times. Right now is the best time for all that I have here.
So you've got like 50 weeks of work for 2 weeks of payoff?
No, not 2 weeks.
How long do they say blooms for?
3 months.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it's worth it, because they all last a long time.
And that's why this weekend is the perfect time to have your orchid show.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about what you guys have planned.
Well, we're going to have a section where we just have all the members of our orchid club display their plants, and then on a table over to the side we'll have a few that are for sale if somebody wants to buy one. Orchids have been around for a long time, but they're really more popular now than they ever were. And
I wonder why.
Well, people just like them. You know, they just look so pretty on your shelf, and you can watch them develop and grow, and they're just fun.
A fun hobby.
Let's say I wanted to join the orchid club. What are the requirements? Is it just like you pay a fee and you're in, or do you have to like prove some sort of
green thumb?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't even have to have an orchid, and you can be a member of our society. But there is a small fee. I think it's $15 is all. But we have monthly meetings, and we have a program every month. There's a couple of months during the year we don't meet, but we learned how to put orchids on a mount, like that one right there, in January, and in February we learned how to make a display in your house or at the orchid show.
That mount is a piece of like bark, like
wood. It's like driftwood is what it is.
What month is the How Not to Kill an Orchid?
Yeah.
Because that's probably what I need to start with.
That's August.
Oh, okay. Good. If I'm going to join then, Joanne, look for me in August.
How in the world is an orchid growing on a piece of driftwood?
Well, that's how they grow in nature. They grow on trees. And
like, where did the roots go, though? Like, it's
just all over the roots. I mean, all over the woods. See the bottom
it's kind of wrapped around.
Oh, my word.
Like some sort of little tiny pasta.
Ramen.
Yeah, ramen. There it is. Couldn't come up with it.
Oh my word, Joanne, these are beautiful, and we appreciate you coming and sharing them with us. And we hope lots of people come to the Orchid Show and get maybe some inspiration and join your group.
Yeah,
so
okay.
cool.
Ramen was the word I was looking for.
Yes.
We will connect you with all the details about the show and how you can become a member of the Orchid Club yourself if you'd like. Just go to our website, ciliving.tv.